Or he's just into casual sexism. You're not really sure.
He's in character. I wink at him. Good job, mate.
He smiles and nods at you.
You were cast well for this one.
He says, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, but
All right, look at Joshua. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Unfortunately, they're out, but I got me sickies.
Yeah.
Anything else of note here in this town?
Massive, great big whirlpool, which is the gate, but it's a bit shocking to see.
A massive whirlpool? You mean like in the water?
Yes.
It's shocking to see.
Yes, it's a huge vortex. It's a bit unnatural, so your senses will rebel a bit when you see it.
Ah. One of the gates that you travel through?
Yep.
Where does that go?
That goes to MMO land.
Ah, so Clem's goes there and the vortex.
Yeah, the vortex only goes to MMO land. Clem's goes to wherever there is a Clem's. And
right.
if you know how to get, and if you've been there previously, so
the guy grabs a broom and starts sweeping. He looks at you and goes, "I don't mind sweeping so much, even though it is women's work." Oh, oh, oh,
oh. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Clearly the 50s here.
Oh yeah, as I said, it's a 50s sitcom.
So yeah, as we're walking out, are all these fellas robots? Are they actors? Are we in a giant simulation?
We don't know. They appear to be blood and bone. But if you kill one, they get replaced either by the exact same simile, or somebody else will suddenly take their role. And yeah, if the MIBs turn up and something's pretty bad, the MIBs will just order them about to do things like dispose of the bodies, or clean stuff up or whatever. But there's only a certain range of things they will react to or know about and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Well, let's head back over to Clem's then and see if our friend is having another seizure.
Like I was just going to say, the other gate is in the bank vault. However, that goes to a place that is now irradiated. It had a nuke dropped on it. So you won't want to use that gate anyway. But just so you know about that gate.
Don't go through the gate in the vault.
No, and the guards. And they normally guard it. But yeah. Actually, I'm curious as to whether or not they're guarding it now, or if they seem to know that it's not worth guarding anymore.
Here's some random stores from around town that you passed.
Curl up and die.
Yep, the hairdresser.
This is what town would look like at night. It's not night now, but and TV repair truck, of course.
Yeah, so the Moo Cow Dairy, that was a milk delivery place that delivers the milk. There was somebody there who came through from another place, and they basically took up delivering the milk because they didn't like where they were. Mildred and Alex Kinley took it over, and yeah, had fun with it.
I took it over. What do you mean? Grizzly.
Yes. Yes, milk delivery by throwing it at the people. So
horrible.
Yes. Anyway, so yeah, as I said, Burlington's fairly small. If we were to walk down that road, further down that road into where the trees start, we would appear at the other end of town. It basically loops around.
Weird.
Yes. So
You see some other people with like crowbars and hammers and stuff like that, dressed in kind of the same thing you guys are, including the like leather armor and stuff coming out of Clem's. They're like, "Happy Friday!" They say, waving their crowbars.
Are the flying ships back?
Yes, although we're just taking some small stuff today.
So even the one that was looking for the magicians, the magic users that went looking for the source.
Oh yeah, well, it's still getting repaired and stuff because we got lumberjacks out at the Vit Forest.
Yes,
but
yes.
The northern Vit Forest didn't have the right kind of wood. Southern Vit Forest, however, has the right kind of wood. So they're working on getting that repaired. But in the meantime, we're going to grab a bunch of canned goods and possibly some windows and stuff like that.
Do you guys know what happened to the Ovaltine?
The four guys shrug. They're like, nah, I mean, sure, we would like some Ovaltine and stuff, we don't really have any cows, though.
No.
Right. Well, good to see you, Joshua, and Joshua's friend. They begin to sing as they head into town. A looting we will go, a looting we will go.
They're just a couple of the original ones from the MMO land. They've come here, as I've mentioned previously, to get stuff and take back.
Hi ho the dairy, oh, a looting we will go.
Okay. Let us. What was the other zone? Oh yeah, we can take you to Bug City.
It looks like the dock's coming too.
Yep. We might as well go for a quick jaunt to Bug City before going back to MMO land.
Bug City, you say?
Yep.
Is that is that the name of it to Clem?
That's what it was known as. Yes, it's as far as I know, it's still known as Bug City, even though it's changed a bit, as in the bugs have left.
So the guy's not following me anymore,
isn't he?
No.
Okay. When did he stop following?
After I messed with the clock and then said it's probably Ghost Wheel. And
actually he left after that. You said some other stuff and then he left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you said about Ghost Wheel and whether or not Ghost Wheel was looking for who was disrupting some of the realms and stuff, and
that part didn't bother him. Something else that you'd said, and sadly forgot.
And then we said about we weren't going to talk about the Redstone or Amber anymore.
However, you do have Mackay with you, who has a fucking mind like a steel trap.
Because if it's Ghost Wheel, it'll be just like the end of the world the last time, because they were looking for the Gem of Judgment as well, and yeah. I look around, like.
Is that what Doc was saying, or was that Chris saying that?
That was the Doc saying that.
Gem of Judgment, that's what it was. Fuckers, they got their hands on it. I told them to leave it alone.
Yeah, and then he put it in the slot like he was fucking trying to deposit some money in a bank. What the fuck?
I wasn't going to be around for that. I was already gone by the time they pulled that nonsense.
Yeah, and then we were all gone after that. So I mean, oh god,
I got a pod.
Oh, by the way, did you read on the pieces of broken pattern within the Great Wall of Fire and stuff? Did you read what I'd written on that?
Yeah.
Cool.
They're like fragments, as if like shattered bars, the major parts removed, the little bits and pieces left behind.
Yes. So you're thinking that it's not something that could be rebuilt, but unfortunately, until somebody can make a pretty good shadow lore type thing, then it's not coming together for you, so to speak.
I'm wondering if in that, because that's where Zog was. Like, was Zog in like a pattern prison?
Are you asking me or him?
No. I'm speculating out loud with Josh. kind of spitballing. So, like, was he in a pattern prison that had some? Because there's chaos in there too. Or is this whole area, like this whole pocket dimension, is it in its own pattern prison, and that was how it was broken out of, is through the firewall, quote unquote.
But Zog, the Zog that was caught, that was in the suspended animation pod, was just a vessel or a shadow of the actual Zog. Because that was the whole thing they were trying to do. They were trying to use the red orb to break open the firewall so Zog could come in. The real Zog could come in, from what the others said, from my memory.
But was it already broken beforehand, or is that a new thing? Like, did that break it when he was destroyed, or was it broken before?
Oh, you're talking about the bits of pattern that are there. Yeah,
I'm thinking that maybe the firewall not only was like where he was imprisoned, like the real him, or the shell, and then inside of the pocket dimension, maybe his shadow is what powered the pocket dimension, which is also part of Ghost Wheel. I don't know.
Or it could be that the whole reason that you've got the bits of the fragments of the pattern is so that to create this pocket, the pocket realm with all the different dimensions in it.
Right.
I mean, it needs pretty big. It needs power with a capital P to have created all this stuff.
Right.
So it potentially needs parts of the pattern and parts of Logris for this thing to be created. And that's what you're seeing there in the firewall. But the other aspect of it is, like you were saying about Zog, is so how was Corwin inside it?
Right. That's another thing that I'm not sure about, which is why I want to find.
If we couldn't bring Fiona in here, how was Corwin in here? If it was Corwin. Right. Assuming it was Corwin, which was someone who appeared to have some sort of Trump ability. From what we saw in the school, in the dungeon. Anyway.
It's all very interesting.
Yeah. Only if he expressed interest in doing so, which I suspect he probably does not wish to do so.
I could totally see it happening, though.
Oh, something else, Raslin, is that while we're within these zones, if you were to die, you will come back slightly weaker, but you would come back. However, and if you died often enough, you wouldn't come back because you would no longer have the will or the magic essence to support your life force, etc. However, if you were to leave this, go outside of what we're referring to as the firewall, which, by the way, as far as we know, most stories don't know about. Our group seems to be the only ones, as far as we can tell, that potentially knows about this. If you were to go, so be careful who you talk to about it. If we were to go outside the firewall, death is permanent. Basically, it's like we've got 3 lives, 4 lives here, like a computer game.
Like I go outside the firewall, I might die permanently.
Yes. If you go out there and you die, you will die. You'll be dead permanently, like you would back where you were previously.
Okay.
Whereas here, we're a bit stronger. We heal faster. We don't age. We can reset back to the form that we were when we originally entered here. So if you get plastic surgery done, or if you get a bomb planted in your skull or whatever, eventually it'll go away. The changes will revert back to your base, what you look like when you first arrive.
Residual self-image.
Thank you. Yes, residual self-image.
So does that mean it happens over time, or just go to sleep and wake up back to normal?
Yes. As in, you go to sleep, you wake up, it will potentially have happened, or it may not. It may take several nights rest, or several. You may take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But yeah.
Drugs.
All right.
So yeah, just something. Because, for example, walking the pattern is if you fail it, you are dead. Full stop. No return. Which is why I just brought it up, because of the whole thing about walking the pattern is quite hard to do.
So we're thinking that the gem is somewhere within these realms, our realms. I think
yes,
what we should do,
because we're seeing shadows of it.
Right. So why don't you read that book and see what you can get from it?
Mm-hmm. My thinking is we could work out which realm it is by looking at all, by basically saying this realm has shadows of it, therefore it's not in this realm. This realm, we can't see any indication of shadows of it, therefore this is the realm it must be in.
That would take a long time.
Yeah, that's rough.
I know, but
why don't you read the book
it may
first
assist us in.
That'll be like.
Yeah. I just as an aside, that's another way of us eliminating some of the zones to say, not in this zone. We keep, like Beastkin, for example, we keep seeing indications of shadows of it. So I'm pretty certain it's not in Beastkin somewhere. MMO Land, we've seen shadows of it. Gotham, we've seen shadows of it.
Okay.
So there are 3 realms that we can remove off the list of where it wouldn't be, because we've seen shadows of it. But yeah, we haven't gone to, so we can take him to Bug City, just so he's been initialized there, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and then back to MMO.
To MMO Land, unless there's something else you want to do.
No, that's enough. Well, we should be good to go at that point. The only thing I would like to do is like get something, so one of those gem monocles, so I can look at the gem that I have. Like I really need to. I want to study it and look into it.
Yeah,
because there's something in there.
Which gem's that?
The red gem on my pinky ring that the queen gave me.
Queen? Which queen?
Can I roll appraisal on it when I see it?
Yeah.
The Queen of Amber.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Is that where you got it from? Okay.
You thought
I was not with you when you gained that.
Look, yeah,
I've noticed
you got that out of a cereal box, mate. We take that off your hands. We'll get you something proper. You want something flashy?
Nah, I'm good with this. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I would say if you can help me get access to more places, the better. Introduce me to a few people. Seeing how I'm in a new world and all that, I need to start networking again.
Mm-hmm.
And get to know the folks and see what they need. Once I know what everybody needs, then I can make myself more useful.
Yep.
And said something about Bug City next.
Yep.
It sounds like you said there's no more bugs there.
No, they left. They're basically a variation of MyGo.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, they left along with the center part of the city.
Is that something I can roll Cthulhu Mythos on to see if I know anything about that?
Yes.
Could you see if I get a check in this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in this campaign, it's just like a super specialized occult skill. Yeah. Yeah. Make up whatever weird shit you want.
Yeah, I saw that movie once. I think it was made by Disney. It'd been nice if they made it a rated R movie, though. It couldn't get past the poor animation.
It happens.
Yep. All right, we'll go to Clem's.
No problem. Howdy. What can I do you for? Says Clem.
Shake, please.
Hot towel?
Yes, thank you.
Where are you going back to?
Bug City, please.
Them as well?
Yep.
All right. He applies hot towels. Holmes, give me a luck and half.
Skills. Luck. That's 30.
And lower is better.
By a quarter after the minus 30.
Right. You guys are just sitting there with the hot towels on your head, and you become aware of a. It sounds like people having sex nearby.
Is Clem here?
You're not sure. There's a hot towel on your face.
I pull down the hot towels so I can look.
You look around. You notice the the door to the back room is open, and every now and then from there you hear, "Howdy, what can I do for you?" "Oh, you're doing it." "Oh, yeah."
Oh, no. Outside the window, does it look like we're in Bug City?
Oh, yeah. Outside of the window, it looks like you're in some sort of post-apocalypse area where pretty much everybody is like digging in the dirt or rolling around fighting. It's just fucking horrible. And it sounds like there's some activity from the back room.
Sounds like somebody's having a naughty.
Right.
Howdy, what can I do for you?
He's somebody abusing Clem.
I don't know. We can't let that happen, right?
Yeah, I think I'm done with this guy.
No worries.
Everybody just sits there and waits for him to
I'll go to the back room.
All right, you see the same fucking evil dude butt raping Clem again.
Hi.
He looks back. Clem's like, "Howdy, what can I do you for?" As he's bent over the thing, and the guy looks at him and goes, "Wait your turn."
Your turn? Why, do many people do this or something?
I'm busy. Come on, go away, or I'll go back down.
He'll go back
I think
down.
you're done.
No, I'm not.
I think you're done.
Give me an intimidation roll.
You know, you could play golf right at this moment.
Just says Mackay from the other room.
The balls are right. The balls are right there.
The guy begins to look uncertain as he doesn't stop what he's doing. He just begins to look very uncertain about it.
I pull out my lightsaber.
Holy dooly.
Right, you pull it out slowly. He goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are you going to use that on him?"
Yeah.
No. The guy asked you, "Are you going to use that on him?" Possibly referring to Clem.
Hold, please.
You're at a bonus of 10 to hit this guy as he's... Holy Christ! Roll the hot one. Right. His head comes right off of his body, and the body falls away. And give me a luck roll there, Chris.
You're a proper Jedi, mate.
Apparently is.
Whoa.
A big wad of jizz misses you as it just shoots out with the body falling backward.
Now, the interesting question is, does the body disappear?
No, it just lays there right
Good.
now.
He's not a Dora then. He's going to be annoyed. I don't think I should
back on my belt.
Done, mate.
Comes out. Howdy, what can I do you for?
I'll get rid of heavy ordnance.
What the hell just happened there? Does this happen often here?
I don't understand the question, says Clem.
That's the second time I've caught this guy doing that.
Okay. And you told him off previously?
I told him not to do it again. He did.
So he learned his lesson. All right. You should have. All right. So you should have 2 other tarot cards on you there.
Right.
Redmond.
I pull them out.
Sorry, I was just thinking about the some assembly required guy. Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords.
Here you are.
Thank you. Swords and Page of Swords.
Where the hell did you get a lightsaber, mate?
I built it.
Of course you did.
Good answer.
Could build a spaceship. Why can't he build a lightsaber? Could probably build cyberware and robots and all that.
I can build replicants, and I can repair a laser gun pretty well. And I can definitely install any cyberware that you want.
Very nice.
I was really hoping for a fumble on this luck roll, but oh well.
So let's have a look, shall we? Bug City.
You go around that. It looks like it was a decent city at one time, and it's really falling back into a state of barbarity. People are wandering around with, Chris, give me oh, wait, you already made a crit luck. No problem. Did you shut off your lightsaber, or do you want to wander around with it on, is the way of saying?
Yeah, I just wander around with it on my belt as I walk around, hoping my legs don't fall off because it's swaying back and forth, fuckface.
And also hoping you don't get hit by a blue light in the sky from the satellites or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you've got a high-tech weapon.
It looks like everybody's wandering around like you would like football helmet or, a shield that says yield on it, or, and they all have like pretty much clubs and, spears and stuff like that. And they keep a wary eye on you guys as you're all wearing armor and you're way too clean.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did this sword have a scabbard, or am I just carrying it around?
Yeah, it's got scabbard.
Yeah.
All right.
And we might even try and teach you how to put that away magically.
It looks like this place just sucks ass.
What did you say, Logan?
It looks like this whole area just sucks ass. Are you just taking them on a tour of the town? Or
yeah.
No problem. It looks like one of the things they take you to is the spice cartel, and there's a sign hanging up that says closed. Cartel.
Oh, Spice Cartel.
A couple of the other members of our group with very little business skill tried to set this up.
Yeah, I sure did. It worked for a little bit, but since I don't really know how to make it keep running, of course it went away.
It looks like
I thought it was I thought it was Freddy and Tom that started the whole Spice Cartel thing.
Spice Cartel.
Yeah, well, I was with them when it happened.
Oh, okay.
So they were selling salt and pepper
and other various.
And cumin, says a really rough-looking dude that you're passing.
And various other spices that you have hard to get.
Oh, I like cumin, he says.
It is pretty good.
You guys wander in, and the outer zone of the city is kind of sucky. The inner zone, it looks like there's gates and stuff like that. People with spears and whatnot on the inside, and they're looking at you guys, and they're like, "What do you want?"
Any notable blokes I should know around here?
Well, the guy says on the other side of the gate.
I nod, interested.
Give me a fast talk roll. You may give me an answer. I don't know.
All right, fast talk. Yeah.
He goes, well, Kim, she's in charge of the place. You recognize that which one of you was having the relationship with the girl? Was that Fulton?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one of the girls you're having a relationship with here.
Yeah.
You want? I'll go get her. You guys keep an eye on them. He hurries off. Comes back with one of your exes there, Fulton. She's like, "Oh, James, let them in. They're okay."
Hello, Kim.
Sorry, Logan. Where are we?
You're the second ring of the city before you get to the big empty thing. The people here who were the well-to-do ones apparently have banded together and built gates and shit like that.
Okay.
One of their gates is a big bus. Since they have no power to it, they have to push it out of the way, and it's got like a bunch of plates and stuff on one side. Doesn't look like anybody's using vehicles or anything higher tech than a spear.
So this looks like a place that was more modern, but then went backwards in tech.
Really backwards, yes. And it was beyond modern, and then it went way the fuck back. And it appears that you're thinking that this Kim lady may know Fulton by the kind of tongue fighting that they're doing and stuff right now. She seems happy to see him.
Nice to meet
you. So how's it going?
Good. Come in. We'll talk.
Okay.
And goes in. You guys get out of the gate area and go in. She points out some kids that may be yours, maybe not. And
awesome. On the way in, I elbow the doc. Yeah, a little bit of a patch there.
Not just the way. I can't even say it right now. Yeah.
No problem. She brings you guys in and whatnot. It's like a very simple home and stuff. It's got guards outside of it who have like spears and stuff like that. And she brings you in. You guys have a simple meal with her and such. It looks like she's doing okay, although things are. They've got some decent stuff from the attempts that were briefly made to make people's lives here better and then abandoned because there was no immediate payoff. So it looks like they're clinging on to some of that stuff.
Gotcha. So has there been any developments here?
Not really. We've been fighting off various gangs and stuff like that, but we've gotten ourselves established enough that they don't come around as much anymore. Although it is always risky for the gatherers and such when they go out to look for supplies and things.
So I do have a theory about something. Because there's all those laser, the alien rifles are still at the old Spice Cartel.
She goes.
Yeah.
No, it's like a sign that they make, like the "I hope I don't get hit with the blue flame and die."
Oh, okay.
Warding sign against evil.
So if you are undercover, like if you're inside something, you can use them.
Really? She says.
I believe so. I believe if you're, because I think it's based off of satellite tracking. So like if you had something if you were covered, like the satellites can't see above, you could probably get off like a shot or two.
Sounds too risky.
It is pretty risky. And if you have if you're under a tarp and the satellite can't track where it exactly comes from, or if you shoot and then move real fast, it might be something that you guys could use. I know that would be a huge edge, though.
That will help if because a lot of the people outside of the cities and such, who there are groups of cannibals that run around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cannibals! No, it's no good.
No. But there's also farmers and whatnot, people trying to take back the land and such.
Good. Since you guys have access to the center, have you guys started farming in the center?
Yes.
Good. Awesome.
Oh yes. Well, all that empty land and such, we've had to bring in a lot of topsoil because the topsoil there wouldn't grow anything. So we dug it out and then brought in new topsoil.
Makes sense.
It took a long time. How have you been, though? What's been going on with you? She asks.
Traveling, trying to figure out like where the aliens went, if they're coming back. Any information on that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's from what we talked about before. I don't know if I liked being used as some sort of breeding farm or not, but it did make our lives better and maybe protected the galaxy.
Has anybody been keeping track of what year it is?
No, we call it the now time.
Okay.
Yeah, you should definitely look into that technology the doc was talking about.
Technology will get you killed here. People burst into blue flame and die.
You know what? I'll try to do it to see if it works or not.
She goes, no, don't. You're too valuable.
Couldn't you set up something on a roller? No,
a remote?
Obviously not this. Yeah, like on a boat, on a skateboard, or something on wheels.
Honestly, we don't want to risk it because who's to say that they might not just destroy this entire ring if something like that was known? Plus, they may have spies among us. We don't want to risk it. If they don't want us to use high tech, we're not going to use high tech. It's just not worth the risk. We're doing okay. We will survive this somehow.
Right. I've heard some theories that people have speculated with them gone and with technology, people not using technology, that magic may come back into the world. Has there been any signs of that?
No. Is magic real?
I doubt it.
I try to cast magic right now.
That's just what some people speculate.
Oh my God, he's having a conniption.
Friend's about to have a seizure again.
Oh, somebody save him. Is there a doctor in the house?
I'm a doctor.
Right. There's not even a willpower roll for magic here. It is dead. There is no juice.
It's not returned at all.
Not yet. Okay, we're still a couple of months away then. If those who reckon this sort of thing would happen is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Are you all right, James? She says.
Mm-hmm.
She looks unconvinced because you were having an obvious seizure there.
Has there been any?
Right.
Has there been any contact with the other continents?
Other continents? Oh no, we barely get contact from the other towns and such because of the ravening bands of cannibals.
Bloody cannibals.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Although there has been reports several months ago, maybe almost a year ago, about one of the flying heads was seen.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Flying heads.
And this was after the bugs had left.
Yes.
Yeah.
People thought it was quite incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Although it did look really damaged and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll just never know. It's a mystery what they do and why.
That was me.
Oh, well, she pours you some more soup. All right, she says.
Well,
which is,
you guys are doing all right for yourself.
Yes.
Which goes in the thing about alien technology. If they didn't shoot down the flying head, then if you're using the bug's own weapons, then it potentially they would be excluded from the AI or the computer programs that are running the satellites.
Well, we were allowed to have certain kinds of technology, though, like medicine and things like that. We had very high-tech medicine. Still have a little bit left, but certain techs they would allow us to use, but any kind of weapons and such were right out, she says.
But a lot of the high tech stuff, what was getting used in place of electricity to enable the creation and the keeping of the high tech medicine?
I don't know. It just worked.
Cold fusion, probably.
Oh, she says. Everybody nods like, yes, that must be it. He seems wise in the ways of the before times, she says.
Yeah, Kim, it's like my friend Rick used to say, have hope for the future, but maybe build an underground shelter anyway.
Oh, many people nod at this. Yeah. He speaks the true.
Well, I've spent some time in the never, so comes a bit of wisdom.
They think this is quite good. She says, what do you do, sir, and who are you?
Oh, I'm Wrestling Rad.
Oh, and what do you do?
I help procure things that people need.
Well, my gosh.
What else do you need around here, Kim? How can we be what can we keep an eye out for you?
Seeds, clothing, emergency food in cans, tools, better made weapons. Let's see. What do we have to trade? We have precious metals we can trade.
Yeah. All right. I'll see about getting you a load of canned food, and we can talk more about them metals at some point.
All right.
What types of food you like? You like peaches?
Yes. Sure. Peaches would be great. She looks startled.
You guys need some ciggies?
I would murder somebody for cigarettes. You murder people without buying cigarettes. And
I give her a cigarette.
She gives it to the guy. He's like, oh, cigarette.
I light it.
Oh, he's so happy. She goes, don't smoke in here. He goes outside.
You're going to save it for a special occasion?
No, he's smoking it now. It's been a while.
He could be dead tomorrow.
Yeah. Cannibals might get him tomorrow, so he's happy to smoke it now. Shows him trying to run.
Metals are good.
We also have we can get hold of old jewelry and stuff.
Yeah, my friend the doc here, he needs a red gem. Tell about the red gem you need, Doc.
All right. She tells somebody, and they go and bring back some various red gems and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have a look.
No, I don't think.
Cook.
As much as I'm looking for a specific one, and I don't think these. I look to make sure. No, these are.
Yeah.
These are
also, there's a lot of red gem-like things around, like plastic baubles, red apples and stuff in a bowl. Just all kinds of like little hints of red gem-ness.
Yeah, there's one. How about that one?
No.
All right.
I twitch.
Wrestling Red points out every potential red gem in the room.
Nope. No again. And definitely not that one.
Well, thank you, Kim. I appreciate your help here.
Oh,
that's an artificial toffee apple. It's not even a gem.
We had high hopes that the Spice Cartel would continue with their efforts and stuff, but some people showed up, emptied out all the tools and stuff they had in their workshop and left with them, and that's the last we've heard of the Spice Cartel.
So the place was raided?
Oh no, it was Firestarter Freddy, I think his name is, that stopped in and got all the tools and things.
That's the same Freddy you blokes were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Yep. Certainly is.
Sounds like he leaves a wake of destruction wherever he goes, huh?
Everybody nods. He likes to set fires, one of the guys says.
He does it often, too.
But yeah, if you're starting up some sort of permanent trade route, is there anything else you need from us?
Not right now.
Okay.
Wrestling Rad here might be in the future looking to make some kind of trade route here or something. I could
We'd
see.
be interested in this, she says.
Yeah, I can help you get some seeds and clothes and weapons and canned food. We'll stay in touch.
Baby formula.
Baby formula. You
Quite
ever get your
popular
hands
in-
on the
The kind you
Ovaltine,
feed
love?
babies, not the kind that you make babies out of. Just so we're clear, she said.
Thank you for clarifying.
Did you say Ovaltine?
Yeah, you ever get your hands on Ovaltine?
I don't know what that is, she says.
Well, if you ever come across any Ovaltine, you hold on to it for me.
All right.
Have things like books or anything like that been uncovered?
Yes, we could get hold of some books and stuff, or from the before time.
Yeah, have you got any atlases?
She shrugs. Anyway, we'll take a look and stuff. We'll get that ready for the next trade. We'd be happy to trade books for things we can eat. You bet.
Okay.
Everybody nods at her. Yes, apparently Wrestling Rad might be able to eventually set up his trade empire here. Of course, there'll be a lot of business skill roles and shit like that in the future.
Well, I've got an idea what they need.
Oh, yeah.
What I can get.
Yes, as finally the PCs have shown up with somebody who has business, appraisal, bargain, etc., etc. PC's like, we just kill things and take their treasure.
Yeah, Kim, you mentioned something about you needed better weapons.
Yes, nothing fancy like spears, and like that armor you're wearing looks really good to us. We'd love to get a hold of some good armor. Things like that, sure.
Yeah, can you guys get a hold of more chainmail like this?
Yeah.
We need spices, though.
Spices?
Yes.
Yeah.
As Wrestling Rad makes this fucking horribly confusing chart and stuff, it's like.
Where do you get the spices?
That's the tricky bit.
Still looking for spices?
They're very hard to come by and very hard to transport.
Any particular ones? Or?
Well, I'm assuming things like salt is not that hard to come by. So salt's probably not something you'd be particularly concerned about, but
they're not far from the ocean, so they can evaporate harvest salt, but it is a pain in the ass, and it's not as good of salt as what you'd get in a Morton's container.
Mm-hmm.
Morton. Oh, sorry. Anyway. Yeah, no problem.
The different herbs and spices, I'm sure they'd appreciate.
Seeds for the spices would make them happy. They'd be happy to grow some.
Yes.
So is it someone in Kinleyville that is looking for the spices and will trade armor for it?
Yes, dwarves. In particular, clan. That's why it's dwarvish armor and swords.
Kim holds up her hand. She goes, I think they prefer to be called little people.
No, these people have started calling themselves dwarves.
She says. Right. You guys hash around stuff for a while. Eventually, she has other duties she must attend to and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Wrestling Rad has an excellent idea of what to bring. The only problem is getting shit here. Especially if it's way you can get stuff through is through the Clems that you're not even totally sure how it works.
Right. So after we're done here and walking back to wherever,
you guys
I guess
are heading out under escort back out because they want to make sure that you find the exit and stuff.
Yeah. So how do you move around goods from? So if we wanted to bring them some canned goods from Burlington, how would we move that through Clems?
Okay. See, that's the rough part, is you can only have what's on your lap.
Yep.
So you can have a small box.
Yeah, or a suitcase full, or a backpack or something. That's been one of the harder bits of getting stuff. There's
what about when
using
you go
other
through
ability.
when you go through one of these vortexes or gates? Can you carry more? Can you be pulling something?
Potentially, you can some of them you can fly vehicles through or drive vehicles through, depending on the size of them and depending on if technology works at either end.
So do we know of a portal or vortex that comes into Bug City?
There's one that comes into the ocean about a week or 2 weeks journey or something like that away from here. But unfortunately, the other end of it is in Night City, in a sunken part of Night City, and irradiated and nuked. Now, that's the only one I'm aware of. There might be other ones that I don't know. Have you seen any sign of any other gates in this place, Doc?
Quite honestly, I'm so used to traveling using Clems or Shadow now that I don't even remember where a lot of the gates are.
Yeah.
You guys get shown out of the gates and stuff. They push a bus out of the way and then let you guys out and push the bus back in the way and whatnot.
All right. Where to
That's
next,
definitely
fellas?
something I can dig into. We might want to dig into so we can do that.
Excuse me, mister, says one of the guards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is Clem's important? Should we bring it in here or something?
Well, the problem is you can't.
Yeah, we can.
How?
Just move it in here. Build a new building. We take the old guy's been working there for a while, but I have a feeling bad things happen to him from time to time. We could try to convince him to move into here.
I don't think he will.
Can he be convinced?
We're very persuasive.
I look at Doc and Joshua.
Something tells me it's not going to work quite that way, but
yeah,
might keep the old bloke from getting buggered all the time.
Oh my God, he's getting buggered all the time. He seemed like a nice guy. We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
You guys stand there. They look at you. You look at them. They look at the sun. They look at you.
And a good day to you, sir.
Good day.
We keep walking.
Right. You guys head to where? You've pretty much shown him what you could of the town. It's a hot, dry place. It's like California with no air conditioning.
To MMO land?
Yeah.
No problem. Getting there is super easy. Once you get past the screaming guards thing, they send in a guy to escort you through their field of wonders, different punji pit traps and spikes that come out of the sides and into your legs and shit like that. They help you to avoid all that shit. And then they take you through a town. One of the first things you notice in this town is there's a very large statue of looks like some muscular guy. He's got a bottle in one hand, sword in the other, and he's kicking a child with one of his legs. And the statue is labeled Alex Kinley. And they take you over to a really nice place. You have to imagine this place is kind of a combination of like medieval MMO game and shit they stole from the 1950s, all mismatched in. And like they do some weird shit. Like one of the walls is just different hubcaps. Like they said we want to make a hubcap display on this fucking wall, and so they got like 100 different hubcaps and covered the wall with it and stuff for whatever fucking reason they did that to make it look neat. There's wind chimes that are made from like the just various 1950s stuff that they found. In fact, some 1950s wind chimes also, or like the pans that the TV dinners come in and stuff. They have just all kinds of weird, it's a weird mishmash of stuff. And they've also, you see like occasionally like the windows of buildings and stuff, they have like windshield wipers on them because they were stolen from a car. And so I guess if it rains, you go, and you can look outside. You know, stuff like that. But they take you to a very large, new-looking building, and it's got a couple. Doesn't have any guards at it or anything like that, but people seem to be kind of keeping away from it. The building was obviously crafted with a lot of love, although somebody has carved like some penises in the door frame and whatnot. It looks like they tried to make it kind of artistic and such. And yeah, they did okay. But yeah, they take you in. It looks like a really comfortable place. It's got a lot of storage and whatnot. It's got several beds, a couple different rooms. A lot of fucking alcohol stocked in here for some reason. Oh, and it also has a huge bag of marijuana, like 10 kilos of marijuana.
I like what we have here.
That's a lot of pot, you're thinking.
A lot of pot.
Yep.
Any rolling papers around here?
There's some.
Sure.
Right there.
Yeah. Alex Kinley is one of us, and he kind of, everyone here kind of, he's like a god around here type of thing. And
there's a frantic knocking at the door.
This Alex fella is?
Excuse me, says a young lady. Is Joshua Mackay here?
I don't know, is he?
May I ask who's inquiring?
Oh, my name's Sally.
Just a moment, Sally. I close the door and I go look for, hey Josh, there's someone named Sally here for you?
Okay. I don't know, it could be anyone.
Careful, mate.
That's a young, pretty lady. When you open up the door to see what she is, she grabs you and says, I want to have your baby now.
Okay.
All right. She says, she's bashing into you.
These two some privacy.
Yeah, could we wait till we get into somewhere a bit more private?
She's grinding the shit out of you. You pretty much, your options are either push her off or carry her to somewhere more private.
I will carry her to somewhere more private.
Oh shit, more people are coming, you think?
That's the
I close
spirit,
the door.
Joshua.
Right. He wanders off somewhere to interview this young lady.
Well,
apparently he's liked here too.
So something that you would...
Sheila's around here like him.
Yeah, him and Alex, that's all they do. So anyway, I know who I'll introduce you to because I know that they're trying to make a marketplace here.
Yeah.
So we'll get you in on the ground floor.
I like the sound of that. I like a good opportunity.
Right. I take him out
to go going on elsewhere too.
Right.
That's the spirit.
So I show him around Kinleyville here, and I show him to like the guys that are thinking about how they want to make a marketplace. And
got it. Kinleyville itself, this is the kind of place it's like a rabbit warren of humanity. It looks like pretty much everything is hand powered, like carts and stuff like that, rickshaws. They've got some bicycles from somewhere, and kind of crudely made. They may have made them here themselves, but it looks like everything's human power. You don't see much in the way of livestock inside of town. The buildings are built super close together, and it's kind of like everybody's trying to live in here. You notice above the buildings, it looks like they've got piano wire about every foot apart for some reason. And they have walls around the place. Lots of fucking ballistas, catapults, all that kind of shit. It looks like they're ready to go to war. Unfortunately, it looks like the entire town is made out of wood, and then they, in order to seal the roofs and stuff, use pitch. So it's like living in a giant matchbox.
What's with all the wires up there, mate?
Well, because there's a race of flying creatures, so if they just descend, they can't just come right in.
Oh, yeah.
Just going to go AFK. So.
Like an electric fence, huh?
Yeah, except no electric.
No electric?
The technology doesn't work here.
This is the medieval world, right?
Right. Like I take out my lightsaber and I click the on button.
Give me a willpower times 1 roll. If it goes on, you'll look a right tit. No? Okay, good. Doesn't work.